Hello and welcome to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Marta, I come from Norway and I love makeup, and today I am going to talk about the new Glam Shop foundation. I'm going to talk about their newest concealer. So the newest foundation is the VIP. The concealer is the one called Totalny. And then I also have some other products that I haven't talked to you about before on my channel. So it's these Iskry shadows. They're like sparkly single shadows, and also I do have a couple highlighters that I got recently that are also just amazing. So I'm going to do some swatches, and I did this look right here, and you get to see everything close up, both with the application and the finished look. So if you're interested, keep watching. I'm just going to start with the swatches, and first up we have the VIP foundation. It is said to have a smoothing effect, light texture and divine glow, and it looks like this. It has a pump, which is very nice, and the foundation comes in 5 different colors. So you have Olive 0, Olive 1, Olive 2, and then you have Biscuit Tovy 1 and Biscuit Tovy 2. So there's not really a big shade range, to say the least, but I do find that Glam Shop specializes in olive skin tone. So I think it's great for those with olive skin tones that they have alternatives when they're shopping foundations. And I really do like this formula. It feels very nice. It's relatively thin and light coverage, which you will see later when I apply it onto my skin, but I think it's a very good foundation this far. And Glam Shop do have white mixer and bronzer mixer. I don't know, is it just called brown or dark mixer? It's not super dark, but they do work to deepen or lighten up foundations, and I use the white one a lot because, as you can see, these are a little bit too deep for me as well. So I definitely have a lot of use for the white mixer. Next up we have this new concealer from Glam Shop, and it comes in this very simple but pretty packaging. It has a big doe foot applicator. Now I have them in 3 different colors. I don't think there are more available. This is number 1, number 2 and number 3, and personally I've been using number 2 the most. I just feel like it's a bit more cooler or neutral. I feel like this is the warm one, this is the, I don't even know, olive toned, and this is the cool toned one, so that's just the one I've been using the most. The concealer is a high coverage concealer, and they say that it is long lasting with a natural matte finish, and that it smooths and conceals dark circles and blemishes. Now I've been using this concealer for a long time and I really do enjoy it, but I prefer not setting it, so that's how I use it. I really wanted to show you these highlighters too. So we have the lightest one, it's called Migot. Then we have Promien, and they are basically like cool toned and warm toned highlighters, and you can see they don't have sparkles, but they're very wet looking. And especially when I'm using my flashlight from the side, you can't see sparkles, you just see they're very shiny. Glam Shop also released, together with those highlighters, these single eyeshadows. They're very sparkly and wet looking. This one is Morelovi, and I'll show you the name here because I probably don't pronounce it correct. And then we have this one. I'm not even going to try to pronounce it, but this one is my favorite of the bunch. It's more of a taupe, and here you can see the name. And then there's this pink one. I think it's called Pink Hit because it says Rosovi Hit. And here, swatched from the top to bottom in the same order, you can see they're very like delicate, very beautiful and elegant, and they have a lot of tiny sparkles to them, so they're very beautiful. Next up we have the Iskry shadows, Iskry probably, and these are just super sparkly shadows, and I'm not sure if they actually contain glitter in them. It looks a little bit like it. From this direction we have Frost, Illegal, Bestseller and Sparks, and I am sadly missing one of them. I don't know where I put it. I know it's called Taboo, so I'm so sorry I don't have that one. I'm not sure where I've put it, but you can see these are just super sparkly and beautiful as toppers, I would say. And you will see me use the Bestseller one right here on my eyes today. But yeah, those are the swatches of the Iskry shadows. Here are the ingredients that are listed on the shadows, and I personally cannot see any plastics in this one, so I don't think they actually contain glitters. I think it is the calcium, what is it called? Calcium aluminum borosilicate. I think that's the one that is looking a bit like glitter because they have just a little bit more darkness or depth to them. But yeah, I don't think they have plastics, but I might be wrong, so screenshot this and look it up if you're curious. For the eyeshadow look, I'm going for something a little bit more classic, and hopefully I'll be able to use a red lip unless I overdo it, but I'm just going to start off with this black shade, and I'm just going to use this shadow to make a wing. And the way I'm going to do that, I'm just going to take, this is literally the paper with information about some of the Glam Shop products, and I'm just going to place it where I want the very edge to be. So I'm trying to look straight forward, and I'm just looking in the monitor right now, so it's not ideal. But then I'm just going to apply the deepest shade as an eyeliner, kind of. Something like this. And now I have it mapped out, so I'll just make sure I apply this a little bit more evenly. Here you can see that I did it with a mirror on the other eye, so it looks a lot better, but you definitely get a super sharp edge when you do it the proper way. And you can always just correct by taking a Q-tip with some micellar water or some makeup remover and just sharpen it up like this. Now I'm going in with this brown shade as a transition. Oh, and the brush I'm using, it was the same for this shade and the black. It's 005 by Glam Shop. And I'm going in with this shade with Glam Shop 007 brush. It's a quite big fluffy brush. And I'm just using that to overlap the other shade here. And you can tell that I picked up way too much on my brush now, but I don't mind. Then I'm taking the very lightest shade of the palette and I'm applying that to the very inner corner here. And I'm also going to apply it right over the brow bone and just blend it together with the other shades. Before I go in with the shimmer shade, I'm going to take this shade and apply it on the lower lash line. Then I'm taking the next shade that I also used up on the lid, and I'm just going to apply that towards the inner part here, the under eye. And now I'm ready to use this bestseller shade. It says to use with a base or on top of other shadows. I feel like it's relatively dry, but I mean, I can just apply it with my finger so you can see how that looks first. Like, it's just giving sparkle, but I feel like this is just going to fall down. So I'm definitely going to use an eyeshadow primer, but I don't have my Glam Shop one here. I still have it in a purse after Christmas. So I'll just be using my Pixie Epoxy from Firenze. And then I'm gonna go in with my finger and really make sure to get an opaque layer of this, and I hope it's gonna be really sparkly. It certainly looks that way. It looks really glam and beautiful, to be honest. Exactly what I was wanting and hoping for. That is very pretty. Now I do still have some sparkles that I'm not able to remove without using micellar water, but I already have my moisturizer and my serum on, so I don't want to do that. But now I'm going to use the VIP foundation. I'm going to use the shade Discontinued 1. I don't know how to say this. It looks a little bit too deep, but I think it's going to work, especially if I use a slightly lighter concealer just to lighten up, especially here on my cheekbones. So I'm just going to start off with one pump, I think, and I will be using a foundation brush. I mean, I'm going to start with this. It's probably like half a pump. This is looking very yellow though, so I'm not sure how this is. Oh my god, maybe I should have used the other the other color, the olive one instead. I mean, here you have the Biscottove one, and here it's olive. Wait, it's not olive 1, it's olive 0. And this one definitely goes more with my skin than this one. I don't know, maybe I'll just mix them a little bit. Okay, no, I'm gonna go with this Biscottove one because I did try the olive one yesterday and it was a little bit off too. But I'm just gonna see how this ends up looking once I blend it out. So I'm just using a brush. So here you can see it on. I did not apply it properly because I'm going to take it off because this is just way too yellow. I definitely tried to drag it down my neck too, but it is just not my color, so I'm just gonna go in with the olive one instead. But the finish on this foundation is beautiful. Okay, so I'm starting over. Skin is fresh and I did apply my serum from Glam Shop. I love this one. You see I've used a lot of it and I do have a backup. But now I'm going to apply the shade Olive 0 instead. It's a little bit closer to my skin tone, but I'm still going to apply a little bit of white to it because Glam Shop does have a white mixer. And you can see I've also used quite a bit of this one because it just saves all my foundations that are too deep. So I'm just going to take a little bit. You can see I took quite a bit of the foundation here, and I'm going to take maybe like this much of the white one, and I'll just mix it up with a spatula. So here it is finished mixing, and I'm just using my hand because you can see the skin color to the foundation, and also it just warms up the foundation. So I'm just going to apply a little bit. I probably have too much now. But I'm gonna use the same brush that I used earlier. Yeah, this is looking so much better already. And then I'm gonna take a little bit on this side, so you can hopefully see that I do have some redness. I do have freckles, but other than that, my skin is doing pretty well. But I just want to show what the foundation can do. Can it like correct the skin tone? Does it cover up the freckles? I did use this yesterday and I find that it just gives a very luminous, beautiful coverage, very light coverage, but it just makes your skin look so fresh. And I feel like you kind of can't even tell that I have foundation on because it's just looking so blended into my skin. I don't know how you think it looks. I'm going to apply some to my forehead too, although I prefer not having too much there because I don't feel like I need it. And also if I am warm and sweaty, it's not gonna be a good look. I feel like the foundation color match was pretty nice now that I lightened it up just a little bit. I could have used a little bit more of the white, but not too much more, I think. So that is my face with the foundation. I don't know, what do you think? How is it looking for you guys? I think it looks really nice. And then I'm going to use the concealer, and I've been loving this concealer so much. I actually use it in color number 2. It's the Totalny something something, but I use it in shade number 2. And the way I like to use this, I've been loving this. I've been using it so much. I just apply a tiny bit, not more than this, on the under eye. Then I just use a small brush and I disperse it. And you can see you don't need a lot at all. You just need a tiny bit. And the trick with this one is I figured I don't like to set it. I just like to have it like this, and it dries down a little bit, but not so much so that you can't blend it out if it creases on the under eye. But I just love the look of this one without having set it with setting powder, which is, I mean, it probably sounds a little bit crazy, but I mean, just look how much it covers. I have very bad discoloring under my eyes and this just covers it up so beautifully. and it looks so natural on the skin. I did find when I did set it that I looked like an old lady after a whole day in the sun because I had been squinting my eyes and it had just gathered up and creased, but I find that it actually creases less when I don't set it, which sounds so weird. But I mean, just look at how fresh my skin looks now. I love it so much. I'm also just trying to show you a little bit more close up so you can see all that texture, and I feel like this is basically just my skin but better. So, and very healthy and glowy. So I really like these products so much. The foundation is very new to me, but I used it yesterday and I really did like it. So yeah, that's the close-up, and I'm gonna finish off the rest of my makeup and show you a close-up then. So these products that I just used, you've seen several times on my channel. I love them. It's the cream products, and I really wanted to use the new highlighter from Glam Shop. This one is called Migot. I don't know how to pronounce it or what it means, but I just love this highlighter. I brought it on my mini vacation to visit my family. It's just so silky smooth to the touch. And I'm just gonna apply a little bit right on top of the cheek right here. You can just see how much more glow it adds to the look. And do keep in mind that I didn't set any of my face products. And I don't really intend to either because I just love how it looks without setting. And that is the face makeup. So I'll finish the brows, I'll do my lip and eyelashes, and I'll show you the close-up of the whole look. I'm also trying this eyelash mascara from Glam Shop that I haven't tried before, and I think it looks like the brush looks really nice, and I found that it fits so well with the curve of my lash and it just didn't apply clumpy at all. I found that I needed 2 layers, but usually I do like to go in with 2 layers anyway, so I am very positively surprised this far. So we will just see if it transfers or anything. And I really want to try this jelly highlighter called Antonina because it is like a pink, orange, green one, and I think it looks really beautiful, and I will use that just for the inner corner of the eye. I'm just picking it up on a small Glam Shop brush. It's just from a set, so it doesn't have a name. I have to say it's a little bit hard to pick up on the brush. Ooh, so now I just got way too much. I'll try to disperse it a little bit on the other eye too. Oh my god, I feel like that was a bad decision. Okay, so I think I saved it. It is looking a little bit clumpy there, but I hope it won't get worse. And at this point in my routine, I tend to go over the concealer on my under eye just because it starts setting a little bit, and then I just remove all the creasing that might have happened. You can see it's not bad at all. And then it usually sits very well for the rest of the day. Here is the whole makeup done, and I'm just trying to show you like the skin and such, so I'll zoom you in a little bit. And this is how it's looking. I didn't do anything else. It's just been sitting on my skin for maybe like 10-15 minutes since I applied it, and I think it looks so glowy. For some people maybe a little bit too glowy, but you can set it, no problem. And yeah, this is the red lipstick called Wabik from Glam Shop. I really like it. And yeah, that is the whole close-up of the face as well as the eye look that I created. I do really like this mascara too. So this is just full of hits for me. I just love these Glam Shop products so much, and I hope that you can tell why. I really hope that you liked the products and it was interesting or helpful for you to see how they applied and how they look on the skin. I feel like the products from Glam Shop that aren't like the eyeshadows. They are not talked about enough. Maybe just on my channel, but I love so many of the Glam Shop products and I feel like I don't share enough about them. So hopefully this opened your eyes to a few other products from Glam Shop that I really like. And I would love to hear your opinions about Glam Shop's face products and things other than the eyeshadows, because we all know those are great. But thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video and hopefully I will see you in my next video. Bye!